Hello, my name is Danielle and I'm an anti-racism ambassador for Experiences Canada. I would like to acknowledge that I live and work on the traditional lands of the Quosepsum and Lekwungen ancestors and families, and for this I am truly grateful. So I'd like to talk a bit about representation, specifically in the education system and why it matters. Oftentimes, the importance of diversity or lack thereof in schools and its impact on youth is often underestimated. Now, regardless of how good a teacher is at delivering content to their students, students are likely to disengage from academic learning if there's an overwhelming presence of Euro-American practices and perspectives, or if there's a lack of diversity among educators. Students want to see persons who look like them. If not, it can cause a sense of frustration, and this can also lead to students dropping out. So students are more likely to perform better in schools if they have a mix of teachers, which include teachers who share the same racial backgrounds. Now, this is known as the role model effect, where this familiarity encourages students to attain a higher level of education for themselves. However, since there is a lack of representation for Black and other racialized students, it does not come as a surprise that during the 2016 Statistics Canada General Social Survey, 94% of Black youth aged 15 to 25 said that they would like to get a bachelor's degree or higher. However, only 60% thought that this was possible. The way to possibly eradicate this is, of course, to have diversity among educators, but to also decolonize the curriculum. I recall being in several classes where the authors of textbooks were predominantly white, or the protagonists in stories were white. I've also completed a program where none of my instructors were of the same racial background as me or shared the same cultural experiences and perspectives. This difference in perspectives presented its own range of challenges, which included but was not limited to implicit biases and microaggressions. And for me personally, I fought really hard not to internalize these because it was something that I heard time and time again. And it's often said that the more times you hear something, the more it starts to feel like it is true. The challenges of microaggressions, implicit biases, and lack of diversity in schools is not exclusive to me, and this is something that is experienced by many racialized students. For many, these occurrences in the education system have long-lasting impacts and can lead to students not matriculating. This causes a domino effect, which leads to unemployment, lower incomes, a racial wage gap, and also wealth gaps. Now, during the period of 2001 to 2016, Statistics Canada found that the unemployment rates among the Black population were consistently higher than in the rest of the population. And then in 2016, 21% of the Black population aged 25 to 59 lived in a low income situation compared with 12% of their counterparts in the rest of the population. So these are just some facts and figures that reinforces the idea that BIPOC individuals experience economic challenges, and believe it or not, the building blocks of these challenges are often in the education system. We must all acknowledge the role that educators play in shaping the future of our youth. Now, educators, school administrators, and other stakeholders need to work collaboratively to dismantle racism in all its forms at all levels of the education system so that we can foster equitable, diverse, and more inclusive schools. If you would like to learn more about how the absence or presence of economic opportunities affects the BIPOC community, then please tune into our session to learn a bit more and engage in our thought-provoking conversation. And we hope that this discussion will lead you to embark on a journey of lifelong learning in the subject matter.